You are now entering the Who's House podcast. Strap in for the ride.
You know I do Hanukkah radio every year with Paul Rosenberg. I'm the Jew Kid. I'm DJ Jew Kid.
I love it.
I'm a WHOO Kid, but I'm the honorary. I've been doing it 8 years now with Paul Rosenberg. So anytime you never won the Jew Award, they always give somebody the award.
I'm ready for the Jew Award. I think after this film, the performance, that's how we met.
Yeah.
Because I needed some tap shoes. 14 years I've been working on this film, and I play a Jewish tap dancer out of Brooklyn in 1937 that's broke, and he has to hide his identity to become successful and dance for Hitler. So it's the
what?
It's a crazy story. So are you talking about Paul M's manager?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I literally just, by the way, I literally just saw him at the Terrence Crawford fight.
Oh wow, yes, that's right.
And we went backstage with Eminem and Crawford, and I took a selfie with the crew, because seeing Eminem is like seeing Bigfoot, basically. He's rarely seen. So I took a selfie with him.
Yeah.
And M at this point it almost looks like a wax figure of him. Like no one believed it was him. You know what I mean? It's like that type of thing.
But wasn't that amazing, the energy? Because nobody knew he was coming out.
No, that was incredible. By the way, seeing only a few songs with him is it's not enough. You need more.
Never enough.
And the fact that he came out to lose it, that was come on, man. That was overkill. And then, I was looking at Terrence. I was like, you better win. You got Eminem coming out and, introing you. If you lose, that's a bad look, man.
Yeah. And he was, went up in weight fighting this killer. It was a crazy night.
Nah, but he killed that guy. I thought what's his name was good. Who was he up against? Miss Sports Girl?
I was not there. I wasn't there. I'm the football girl.
Yeah.
I was not at that fight, actually. I am going to the Tyson fight next week, though.
But is that a true story, though?
It's not a true story. It was written by Arthur Miller.
Yeah, Arthur Miller.
I got the short story out of the New Yorker. My sister adapted it. It's out December 27th. It'll be AMC theaters here. I want to come back and talk more about it, because it's one of those things where it's there's a lot of misconceptions, and there's the movie took 14 years, and it's the best time for this movie to come out because anti-Semitism, unfortunately, is on the rise.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I mean? It's it's a strange time. We just need to forget about hate of any kind.
Yeah, we need
anti-Semitism, racism, it's all, forget it. Just forget about all of it. The way that I contribute is doing what I do best. I'm an actor. I have this story. People are going to sit there for 2 hours and watch this guy's story and see basically the movie's about how much of yourself will you compromise to be successful. And we all compromise ourselves in little and big ways all the time. And this guy's willing to hide the fact of who he is to be successful. And so it's going to really hit people. And the reality is the Holocaust happened. There was a premeditated murder of 6 million Jews simply because they were Jewish. You know what I mean? And so people are looking at things now, and they may not know of what really happened in the past. So the way that I can contribute to this conversation is making a work of fiction that is set with a backdrop of history, and then start talking about how much we're all alike as opposed to how different we are, because we're all a lot more alike than you would think. You know what I mean? So that's a heavy conversation. It sounds like we're doing a TED Talk right now, and I apologize.
No, but there's a lot of different themes in this movie, and I feel like even though, yes, you're an actor, you usually promote movies, I feel like, and act in movies that have themes that you're passionate about, I feel like.
None more than this one. I got to be honest with you. And also, I hate to bring this up, but I've gotten some early Oscar buzz from the Hollywood Reporter and Variety, where I was like, wait a minute, this never happened in my life. And Feinberg's Forecast, which is the earliest forecast with the Oscars, we're the only indie film on that list, and I just am so grateful. So I'm here in town doing some screenings, and we're a little indie film. We're not, we don't have those Netflix dollars, and so that's, I appreciate you having me on so I can get the word out.
I mean, it's exclusive. I'm the exclusive guy. You're giving us something that's not even coming out no time soon.
This is definitely the exclusive. Because people are going to be like, because people said to me after they saw this film, they're like, we had no idea you had this in you. And I did. We all know what we have in us, and sometimes it takes really getting after it and doing our own projects to get it out. As an actor, I can wait around for someone to get me or hire me, cast me, okay me, co-sign. But it's like with this one, I had to just stay after it and push it through. I'm not a tap dancer. Every year they said no, which was 14 of them. I got better. I studied with a guy, Jared
Oh my
Grimes.
God, you train?
I
how's
love
that?
Jared.
How is that?
Great, by the way. I know
Jared's
Jared.
Is it very physical to train to be a tap dancer?
Man, imagine playing the drums with your feet. It's like Michael Jackson quit tap. He got 2 moves out of it, and then one of them was the moonwalk, and he blew up. Tap is hard, Jared.
Yeah.
That's how I met you.
He won a Tony Award.
Jared is the GOAT.
How long was that training? Like, what was that like for you?
Well, I mean, think about Jared, who is like basically the Savion Glover of his generation, and he's just killing the game. And so you get a guy like me coming in, he has to be really patient, and you start with like paddling rolls, and you're just doing it. And because I'm a drummer, and I've been a drummer my whole life, I can count things off and hit stick the landing. So I would tap in elevators wherever I went, and people,
No way.
they were like, do you have
you
Tourette's?
okay?
What's going on? Because it didn't sound good. It sounded like I had an affliction.
Yo.
They're like, man, are you having a seizure, sir? And then as I got better, they're like, oh, wow. Then they were like, are you a tapper? And that's when I knew I started breaking through. I was like, okay, I sound like a tap dancer. Okay. But, people are like, Ari Gold can't tap dance. And I'm like, well, I'm not Ari Gold.
Exactly.
And
As a character.
Yeah.
People can't get that.
They
that away
cannot
from
get
me.
that.
Yeah.
Even at your comedy show, because you are doing comedy now too.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that in a little
Yes.
bit. But I did notice everywhere you go, it's Ari Gold. And
Ari,
you've done so many
I'm a
things.
douchebag because of you, bro. Thank you, sir. Call my wife a rusty cunt bucket, bro. I can't do that, sir.
Like a costume of you, like during Halloween. They have Ari Gold costumes
always.
for Halloween. Like,
God bless them. Listen, it used to. Listen, the reality is, as you know, if you've impacted someone, if you've made a connection with people, you just got to be grateful. And it's up to me to change it up and show them that I have other gears, and that's what the performance is. And what's so funny is people said to me after seeing this movie, like, I didn't know you had this in you, this character. You disappeared into this character. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. You thought I was Ari Gold. I'm not Ari Gold.
Wow.
And I'm more like this character in the performance than in anything I've ever played in my life, because as an actor, you're struggling and trying to break through. My life is a little different. I won the Fresh Face of the Year award at 40 years old.
wow.
I said there's nothing fresh about my face, but thank you. I accept this award.
Wow.
It took 22 years of grinding just to get there.
And acting classes, because you did take an acting class.
I went to NYU amongst other places. Yeah, I make that joke about
How
The
was
Rock.
NYU
I
back
love
in
that
those
joke. It's
days?
all
Was it
over
like
everything.
different than now? How is it now? Like difference?
That's a great question.
What the hell?
Listen, someone was just asking me a bunch of questions of like what it was like during Entourage, and you have to understand, like, now it's different. Where like, we have so much access, to everything now. Everything's monitored, and everyone's competing against each other and distracted by likes and their.
And there's an opinion on everything.
Yeah, and then it was a little simpler, like. It was just different times. So,
I mean, you did say that Entourage wouldn't survive, like, in this.
But do you think you
current
could
climate.
do a reboot in some way, shape, or form, following how you would kind of adapt to now? Because there's so many ways to do it, and now that you're showing a different side of yourself in this new movie, can you show a different side of that character in a way and evolve?
Well, for sure, I could do that. But what's interesting is, I've got 21-year-old guys coming up to me going, I watched every season during the pandemic. So we have this new generation of people that have watched Entourage. So we have our fans, and then we have the new fans. So the reality is, would one of these streaming platforms get that the show would really blow up? I don't know, but it would. I know it would.
Oh, wow.
I know it would.
Hey, what's up? This is DJ WHOO Kid from the Who's House podcast, and I'm here to let you know the NBA is finally back. You hear me? Here's a way to get even more into the action following your favorite players. Playing Pick 6 from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. I mean, they are partners. You gotta trust it. It's super simple to get started. First, download the DraftKings Pick 6 app. You hear me? Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app. Then select 2 or more players and choose if they'll have more or less of a stat, like points, rebounds, 3-pointers, And for all the first-time Pick 6 players, Check this out. New customers play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Oh my God, you get credits? $50 in Pick 6 credits? All you gotta do is play just $5. You hear me? Wow. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code Who's House. That's code Who's House for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. You got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 is not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 30 days. You hear me? It's a limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos. See you soon. Who's House Podcast.
Because, you could do the show about, it could, it could be in any lane right now. Times are changing. We have a new president. It's crazy. Things are shifting.
It's wild out here.
Yeah. But I knew that was going to happen, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going that direction where you could tell the energy was going more towards the other guy, because I never saw Kamala for the 4 years she was there. Now all of a sudden she's running.
It also shows you celebrity endorsements are at different levels. You know what I mean? They're not as impactful in the ways if they're thrown in your face like that. But if you do a movie like you're doing,
yes,
you can make the statements you want to make, and they're impactful.
Exactly. I don't think people take celebrities seriously when they throw their hat in the ring politically. Because you thought, oh man, Taylor Swift, she's going to have, such an impact. J-Lo going to have an impact. But also, I think when certain people came out for Trump and they were vilified, I think that's when I knew, oh, wow, this is going to be interesting. I don't think a lot of people are going to go public with their vote. So there's going to be that vote that no one knows about that's going to surprise people, and it did.
But they all came at the end, though. It's not like they came. You
didn't know that.
Didn't you find that's kind of crazy? They all came out at the end, during a week before the votes.
I think they were just more closeted, like he's saying.
Yeah.
They just didn't want to talk about it because they're like, it will ruin my career. I have a lot of people in your industry who tell me this will take my whole career down if I say how I really feel. Mm-hmm. Because then
politics is funny, man. I don't mess with politics, but they make it clear. I do not mess. I have both fan bases. I'm sure you have both fan bases in your career. It's hard to get into
I grew
politics.
up in Chicago, so our hero is Jordan, and he brought us 6 championships, right? Mm-hmm. So they asked him when he was back in the day. They said, "How come you don't speak out about politics?" And he said, "Republicans buy my Jordans as well."
Smart man.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. He did say that. That is amazing, man. But politics is too much for me, man. The one thing that's cool about this moment that's going on, independent films is killing it. As you saw, Terrifier killed the Joker too. I'm glad you gave me this little exclusive right here.
Yeah.
The performance might be the next independent movie that'll
it
just
will be. We're
kill.
manifesting it.
Yes,
so I'm glad you put me in this position. We got it first.
Yeah. I'm honored, to be talking about this, and I'm glad, that you're going to take it and run with it. I've been doing this for a really long time, and I've never got the response. It's been a very limited response because not a lot.
When you're doing a premiere, you're doing a premiere out here that we're invited to.
Absolutely, He's
like, make sure we're on that list.
No. We have to do that. We have to do it. It's funny because the process of getting this film. So the first thing I had to do was my mom gave me the short story, and my mom's been my acting teacher since I was 8 years old, and she's not frivolous. She's like. If she hands me something, it's real. So she's like, take a look at this. There's something you would be great in this role. And I was like, what? And she was right. So I had to get the rights from Arthur Miller's daughter, Rebecca Miller, who lives in New York.
Wow.
She's married to Daniel Day-Lewis, the greatest living actor. You know what I mean? So I'm talking to her, trying to pitch. She's like, okay, pitch me why I should give you the rights. And he's in the background coaching her on what to say. And it was the most intimidating phone call in my life because this dude's my hero. You know what I mean? And somehow I got lucky, And I've been paying for these rights for 14 years, and at a certain point they're like, "Come on, man, give it up. You're not going to make this film." And so it's about not giving up. That's what really, because that's what it's about. Like, do you have the endurance? Because for me, if I would have given up this dream, it would have meant something in the bigger sense. Like, I was really giving up. So I stayed with it.
It's good to be, because me, I always see myself like in one position, and next week is something totally different going on. Is that the same in your world? Like you always see yourself like you might think you're down, and then next week you got like a $5 million like a $5 million situation. You could do your own movie. Like you've been through those stages.
Oh yeah,
it's not easy to raise money right now.
Oh my god,
especially if you got an idea like that. Like
No, I would pitch the idea. They would laugh in my face and ask for a check and get up and leave, and that kept going. And by the way, those were all gifts, because every year they said no. I got better at tap until I was good enough to really do the role.
Oh wow,
you know what I mean? And now the movie couldn't be more relevant. So it's like divine timing.
Yes,
it's pretty. There's a movie. Speaking of independent movies, there's a movie out called Anora. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Did you see it?
You know that film?
It's so good, isn't it?
Russian prostitute.
Yeah. It's amazing.
What?
Okay, we gotta watch it.
Or the Russian oligarch.
Yeah. She's a stripper in New York, and she has this affair with a Russian billionaire son, and madness ensues.
Oh wow!
But ultimately, you don't see the end coming, and it's her performance. Mickey's performance is unbelievable. She's incredible. And the reason I bring this up is the director was talking about the fact that, we haven't had films that have really reached people that we're talking about getting a reaction like that. It's a lot of big movie, tempo movies we've seen, and they're not that exciting, and we feel like we've kind of thrown our money away. So where are the films that are impactful? These independent movies where we makes us think and stays with us. And so I think that's finally where we're at.
I mean, all the big budgeted films, horrible, man. They're not,
so bad.
Yeah,
Lately,
like they're
last
losing
couple
money like left and right. Disney, everybody's like messed up right now. Well, you got Terrifier, $2 million to make, $50 million in the box office.
I love it.
So it tells you where it's going. So the performance, we got to perform all the way.
That's right.
How much was the budget for performance? You keeping that under wraps?
For the moment I am.
Okay.
For the moment I am. But it's like
you ain't got no gangsters to give you, buddy. I want to get involved.
No,
okay.
but listen, the journey of this film was insane. At one point, because I was producing it as well, and I had this stunt where I had a dude that was my stunt double that was younger, stronger, better looking,
God, really?
more equipped, and I was like, man, we gotta go. You know what I mean? And so I jumped in there and did it, and I broke 8 ribs.
What?
8 ribs.
No way.
Oh
Swear
my God.
to you.
How long did that take you out for? Or you just kept going?
It took me out for a couple months, man.
Wow.
And we were in Bratislava, Slovakia. And when you break ribs, by the way, what it sounds like, when you take a plastic water bottle and it's empty and you just crunch it up, that's what your ribs sound like when you break 8 of them. And I couldn't breathe, and I was just screaming, and I knew I'd broke them. And this guy goes, no, you're fine. We're taking you to the oldest Bratislavan hospital. I'm like, I don't want the oldest. I want the newest.
You're like, yeah.
Was it free healthcare? Because it's usually free out there.
No, there was. It was. They immediately.
It wasn't free.
Were you nervous?
I don't even think it was a hospital. I don't know what it was, man.
Come on, man.
They sent me home. They were like, "You're good. You're good. You're fine. Go home." I was like, "I'm not fine." I couldn't breathe. So I filmed 2 more days, amped up on painkillers, and then went to a proper hospital. And they were like, "Man, all your ribs on this side are broken."
Holy.
So I laid low. They don't let you fly because you can't be at that altitude. So
yeah, that's right. The pressure and all that.
Yeah, you get water in your lungs and all stuff. So I stayed there in Austria and healed up with this like 76-year-old Russian like healer that was just just acupuncture and she healed me. I went back in and finished the movie, and it was incredible. And it's the best work of my life.
Man,
by far.
Best work of your life.
Oh, 1,000%. You're going to be like,
I'm so
what
excited.
is this?
Did you understand like the Russian language, like being there that long? Like I know they'd be like, "Who's up? Who's up? Who's up?"
I understand their healing powers.
He's
they
better.
got good
He's here.
soup, man.
Okay.
The soup was
you eat the goulash,
bro. Everything. It was just.
I think that's German. I messed up. I don't know. That's the same,
Yeah,
right?
you're getting everything confused today, but it's okay.
How's stand up, man? Is it different now? Is it rough? Is it T.I. told me it was rough for him in the beginning, and he finally got the swing of it. How is it in your world? I mean, you got a little cheat code. You're popular and you're already funny.
Well, that's not a cheat code. If anything, they're going to be expecting more from you. And T.I. can attest to it. Like, you have to walk through bombing at the beginning. I asked Chappelle about it. I said, man, it's so painful to bomb. He said, you have to bomb at the right time. And that's exactly what he said, and he was right.
No way.
You got to
really?
bomb at the right time. It's like,
how does that feel when you know you don't have them?
I'll tell you exactly what it feels like.
I never asked a comedian that. How does it feel?
It's terrifying. Your heart is racing. Your whole body, everything is saying, get off stage, stop the pain. Get out of here, just run. You've never been funny. You start doubting everything.
Oh,
You've
no.
never been funny in your entire life. And I'll never forget, I was at this dive bar, and I asked Chappelle about it. I said,
so you were testing your jokes and stuff?
I was trying it out, and I got up there, and I said, hey, you guys are probably wondering what I'm doing here. There's like 3 people there. Some dude in the back goes, yeah, man, what the fuck are you doing here? I was like, oh, shit. I was like, man. They were not happy. They were angry to, like, this motherfucker taking my spot. You ain't shit. Thank you, sir. Thank you, my man. It's good to be here. The happiest place on earth. And then someone's just like this on their phone. There's like 3 people there. One person's on their phone. I was like, Are you Googling me to see if I'm funny? I'm funny. You can look right up here. And they're like angry at me.
So how did you get out of that? How did you get
You know what? What happens is you're eating it. It's terrifying. You can't be funny if you're feeling what you're feeling.
Okay.
Because to be funny, you have to be comfortable.
Yeah, you
have to be present. And so you're just panicking.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of figure out how to dig your way out. Once you dig your way out, the next time you get up on stage, you're like, oh, this is so much easier. I've already been through hell.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you can work, because everyone's worst nightmare is public humiliation. That's why no one does stand up.
But once you get past that, you're not worried about that.
That's
you're good.
true.
Yeah, then you're good. But
T.I. told me that. T.I.
Yeah.
said they damn near threw stuff at him and stuff like that.
it's tough. It's tough. And I know for him, he's known. And, it's hard for people. Change is hard for people. They want to see him do his thing, and that's not his thing. But you got to stay with it and break through.
How much did you get paid on your first gig? Are you down with the beginners? Like, they getting like $200 and a drink?
$200, that would have been incredible. No, you don't get any.
They gave me
No
stage
way.
time.
Come on,
They
man.
gave him the microphone.
Jeremy PIVEN going for $100 and a drink?
No, nothing. You don't get paid
Come
anything.
on, man.
1,000%.
Nah, man.
You
Come
don't
on,
get
man.
paid.
That's insane.
You do
What
not.
are you talking about?
Who
Come
booked
see
you
me
for
at the.
these?
It's called the Dime, and it's on Fairfax, and you get up there and you do your thing. It's like it's the opportunity to get up on the mic and try new material.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what you do.
And where you at Friday and Saturday?
I'm at Levity Live
Which
in
is
Nyack.
popular. Yeah, very popular.
Wow.
People love that. It's a great room. But people are all like, "Where's Nyack, man? How far is it? Can you give me directions?" I'm like, "You got Google, bitch. I'm not your fucking. Am I your assistant? What you're saying is my time means nothing." When people say that to you, how do you get there? How far is it? Like you want me to work for you now? Okay. When they want you have to send them links and shit. Like, come on, man.
It's a fun spot. Yeah.
It's a great spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, you say DJ WHOO Kid, and I'll give you free meet and greets.
Oh my
No,
God.
come on backstage.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
go.
I've been to his show.
How is it?
It's so funny. It's very good. And I will say, about 6 months ago, I was at an event for another movie, and people were talking about it, and there were other actors, and they said you were brilliant.
Oh, wow.
So
Thank
someone
you.
must have seen you somewhere. I'm not sure, but I saw it, and I thought it was amazing. Very funny.
I love it. Look, man, it's real. In real time if you're hitting it or not. They're either laughing or they're not. You know what I mean?
Do they know you, or what's the concept? Or
It's
you
your demeanor. I swear, your demeanor is so perfect. You just hit it at the right time.
Because Marlon Wayans, he talks about like his experiences with his mom death and everything like that, and then you get to know who he is,
Yes.
Right.
how he accepts the fact that comedy and death kind of like interact. But how about you? Do if I go to your show, do I finally know you know who Jeremy PIVEN is, or you keeping that on
No,
the
you're
raps?
going to know a lot more than
Oh, I'm
going to
know more.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
I mean, I grew up in the theater, and yeah, my mom is still around. My old man passed away. My mom is still here, and I say like I do lines with my mom. I mean, I run lines with my mom. I don't do lines. Don't do lines with your mom. I run lines, which means she holds.
That'll
the script.
be the next headline. So get ready.
Exactly. No, so I come from an acting family, and I unpack all that. Yeah, man, it's comedy is truth, and like Marlon, is unpacking those stories.
Yeah,
I can go to him.
It's like a roller coaster.
He's one of those dudes where he's one of the real ones.
Yeah, super
you could
real.
have great conversations with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could ask him something about whatever, and he's gonna give it to you straight. And yeah, I think we need comedy now more than ever.
I know,
because we all got to laugh. Because it's getting weird out there.
Yeah, it's getting out there. We're really in a matrix. I used to laugh at that movie, but I think we're really in this computerized thing going on. The AI is like a thing now. AI is real now. So I don't know. I saw some song with you and like, I don't know, with mad ill rappers. Like you're rapping, and then I think Celine Dion is singing on the hook, and you didn't see that?
Like
they're on
Ari
YouTube.
Gold.
It's like Ari
your
Gold featuring
personality.
Celine Dion, and then you see like 400,000 views. I'm like, what is going on around here?
Well, what's trending right now is Ari Gold with the paint gun firing people.
Yeah.
And it says Trump on his first day
I
at
said
work.
that to him
No,
this morning.
really?
I go, you have to show him because I don't want to. Yes, I saw that. I was like, oh, he's gonna love that.
Well, it's just so interesting with AI. But the one thing that AI can't do is comedy. Because think about
Oh, wow. Oh, I never thought about that.
Think about this, because you have to. Comedy is a shared experience. So I say something that oh my God, yeah, I felt that before, and we start having a shared human experience. AI hasn't had that experience, so it's going to be karaoke. It's going to be taking all that knowledge and spitting it out, but it has no point of view. Listen, we could get to a place someday where it takes over. The machines take over.
I think we're getting there because today I
Terminator.
saw something about AI learning how to smell. The sense of I just saw it and I was like, oh, great. So
That's crazy.
But I get it, like being able to read people's body language. It's like not easy to do either.
I'm freaked out by even getting in a car that doesn't have a driver. You know what I mean?
Have you ridden one of
And
those?
that's real.
Okay, I'm like, because they're all over LA.
Yeah, and Arizona.
They are all over LA. I would never get in one.
You wouldn't get in one for
I don't
real?
even trust myself driving, and you think I'm going to trust no driver? I think so.
Some people say they'd rather have no driver than a woman driver.
Don't make me
I
answer
mean,
that question.
There's a
Me,
lot of
probably. I mean, I'm... Whatever. That doesn't bother me because I know how I drive.
Speaking
A
of
lot of
wild-
rim changes.
I'm sorry, Nikki. Speaking of wild stuff, anybody got any questions for Jeremy? This is your time before he disappears. Give me my experience with Mike Tyson, because his fight is next week.
Oh my God!
You
So
were at
Are you
at the
going?
fight.
Well, I'm on the road, unfortunately, but I used to co-host with Mike with Hotboxing with his podcast.
Oh my God, really?
So we were
So did
interviewing
he.
at one point. You did it as well.
Yeah, I did it for like 2 years.
It's so fun, and he takes a lot of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Doesn't he? He goes
He's
through
crazy,
me,
yeah.
through me. And we were interviewing Saquon Barkley, right?
Oh, wow, how was
And-
that?
That's a
It was
good one.
amazing. And Tyson's just eating handfuls. He goes, it's just a microdose. And I go, that's a macrodose, brother. What the hell are you doing?
He chews it like
He
crazy.
just chews it.
It's
And
like
then
salad
That
or
does
something.
not taste good either.
Nah, it tastes
it
terrible.
doesn't. And Saquon
Ugh.
looks at me and goes, is he going to be okay? I
Tell
go,
me,
"Yeah,
tell me the hour in the experience, because when the hour ends, when it's an hour in, the experience of
Well, he
dealing
looks
with
at
Mike is
Saquon and you think, who do you love right now? This basically, and Saquon's like, what do you mean? He goes, well, what are you about? He goes, I'm just, trying to get back from this ACL right now. And he goes, no, fuck all that shit, man. He goes, well, who do you love? Look in that camera right now. Why are you here? What is your purpose? And Saquon's like, man, I don't know if I'm equipped for this conversation. But so Tyson, I said, Mike, come into my house Sunday. Let's watch the fight, man. Sunday. And he said to me, he goes, well, basically, do you have like a personal chef? And I said, no, I don't have a personal chef. He goes, I can't come. Basically, what are you gonna do? You're gonna order food in or something? I go, yeah. He goes, I can't come. So he wouldn't come to my house.
That's hilarious.
So, but the reason I tell that story is because Mike enjoys the finer things in life.
Yes,
He's
he
had
does.
money his whole life, man.
Yeah.
And I think Jake made him an offer because he doesn't want to fight Jake Paul.
Yeah.
But Jake probably made him an offer he can't refuse. No. And if you go past the 5th round, because Jake's trying to rig the whole game because he knows that, Tyson's in his late 50s. He's
in insane shape, though, my friends. His publicist.
Of course he is.
And I've never seen him like that. I was like, what the fuck? He's scary.
Oh, Mike's incredible. But at the same time, he's a human being, so we don't know. If Jake didn't say go beyond 5 and Mike tries to take him out in 1 round, he could probably do it. Let's take him out. But Mike wants the private theft. He wants the whole thing. So he's going to go for the money. So it's going to be a high level of difficulty.
Yeah, it's big money too, man. Big money, man. It's more money than a regular fight, like
this
professionals.
Is like influencer money.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like YouTuber money, I should say.
Because everyone is going to be curious. They're going to go, okay, I got to see the circus. They're going to tune in.
Oh, we got one question already. Can you love 2 people at the same time, Jeremy Piven?
How did we get?
How do we get questions?
These are questions from TikTok.
How do we get there?
Questions from TikTok. Can you love 2 people?
Can you love 2 people at the same time? You being a comedian, is that funny?
Is that funny? Well, first
it's funny.
It is funny. First,
TikTok. Let's keep them coming before he goes.
If you love yourself, then you can love everyone.
Oh, okay, that's a good answer.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a great answer.
That was very well media trained.
Can you love 2 people at the same time? Yeah, good media training answer. How about you, Nikki Licious?
We can love everyone.
There you go.
What he said.
What do you have? Both got the same trainer?
I am the trainer, not his trainer, but yeah. I'm also well media trained.
There you go.
Sometimes.
We have another question. Do you still contact your old homies from Entourage? Do you still keep in contact with them?
Rex Lee, who, it's so funny. Lloyd. You played Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
And I was clearing out a storage space. This is a true story. And there was a framed picture of Entourage. And the moment I picked it up, I hear, "Hello, Jeremy Piven." And I turn around and it's Rex.
My God.
No way.
And Rex is and I'm in a parking lot staring at holding a framed picture of Entourage. I look like the craziest.
Who roofied me?
Yeah,
Did Mike Tyson slip me mushrooms? Because how is this
exactly.
picture talking?
He's amazing. Rex is amazing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so
I'm going to let one more slip through.
Okay.
What are the 3 things you do every day? Like, same things you do every day. 3 things.
You get RPM, rise, pee, meditate. You got to meditate.
RPM. Wow.
Rise, pee, meditate.
What was that? Espresso, macchiato,
no,
2 shots.
You got to meditate. You got to meditate every morning. And I don't. It's not great.
That's real, like the meditation stuff.
Man.
It keeps you calm.
Yeah, you got to do it. There's
otherwise, Lexi.
Lexi,
I don't know if she Lexi Pantera meditates. Oh, all right.
You
We heard her
Lexi
voice.
was in Entourage. She was in an episode.
My song was on Entourage.
Really?
Ari Ferrari.
Oh, okay.
That's Lexi Pantera's voice. In case it's not a ghost, not AI.
I love it.
Oh, yeah. Great to see you.
Thank you. You too.
Isn't that crazy?
So yeah, she's got that meditative energy over there.
I need to do that. So what I do is just sit still. I heard it's hard to just sit still and not think about something. Like, it's impossible. Well, it's possible. People are doing it, but
it is possible, and the more you do it, the more possible it becomes. We're all the same. So we have these thoughts in our head, and it's the circus, and you know what I mean. Or you can kind of go inward and be calm, and it's just a great option. Once you, like, I asked this guy one time who's a great meditator. I said, "What is it like if you don't meditate?" He goes, "Oh man, my days are just
really.
All I'm thinking about is my doubts and fears and what's going to happen and negativity, and then I get really emotional and I'm reactive." I go, "Oh, you mean you're just like everyone else?" You know what I mean? So that's what you're like if you don't meditate. So once you see the option, you're like, "Oh yeah,
I'm gonna try it because of you." Yeah. Jeremy Piven is the reason I'm gonna
let's
really
do it.
This.
He needs a what's that app called? Headspace. You need to be the voice of one of those Headspace. That's a good brand deal for you.
Let's go. Headspace.
That's a good. See where my marketing brain's going.
I love it.
Also has a great app.
Yeah, there you go. You can be a voice on her friend's app too.
Count.
Let's go to one of those expensive gyms that cost like $5,000 to get in, and only celebrities.
Dog Pound?
No, what's the one? It's all over.
By the
out
way,
here.
I went to Dog Pound. Hold on, this is a real
I
story.
need to hear this
Hold
story.
on. I walked into Dog Pound, and this woman, she's a private trainer. She goes, "I can train you. I know exactly what to do with you." I go, "Thank God, let's do it." She goes, "You're a NARP." I said, "What's a NARP?" She goes,
a NARP?
"You're a non-athletic regular person."
Oh no!
I was like, "Wait, I came here to get roasted? What the hell's going on?"
So what happened? She trained you hard? Like you went
I didn't
ham?
train with that bitch.
Who did you train with there?
I train with a bunch of
Okay, a
different
bunch of
people.
people.
I train with a bunch of different people. It's all good there. I shouldn't have said that. I feel
That's
like I feel way too comfortable right now. I'm saying things I shouldn't say. I'm saying things I shouldn't say. No, she's not a bitch. She was being very honest, and she didn't know that, like, you know, I identify as an elite athlete.
Okay.
And you know,
that
my
these days.
pronouns were Bruce and Jenner, and now they're Braun and James. These are just jokes. You know, please don't take anything personally out there.
Got a comedy show.
Yeah, let's go. Come to Nyack this weekend and see me perform live.
Yay!
Oh man, Saturday. We might as well go Saturday because I'm with Shaq Friday. So Saturday I'm free.
Okay.
So let's drive up there. It's not
Let's
that far.
do it. We'll have a good time.
Me and Nikki come up there. We'll
I'm gonna drive
meditate on
you.
the highway.
Let's go.
Yeah,
It's
come on.
I have to
25
be in
minutes.
the car with you for
Yeah.
that long. Oh, it's 25 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
25
that
minutes.
far. Yeah, what's wrong with you?
I'll come. I had a good time last time. My friends had a good time.
Bring me, yo.
Let's go.
Yeah,
This will be
it was
fun.
Good.
Russell Crowe. Like I know you got some funny stories on him, man. Well, give me like one experience with Russell Crowe.
It was like my first Hollywood party, and
Oh, no.
I look up and there's a dude swaying, and he's got a tuxedo on, and he's got a couple drinks in his hand. I'm like,
No
"What
way.
is that? Is that Russell Crowe?" And he
Gladiator?
wanders over to me, and he whispers in my ear. He goes, "Mate, you're unbelievable, fucking very bad things. You're fucking crazy, man. I wonder if there's any way I can work with you. I saw you in the thing. You just fucking really look like you're trying to." I go, "Bro, I can't understand you. What are you saying?" He goes, "I saw him, mate. I saw you in very bad things." And I go, "Oh, you saw me in very bad things," and he was, and he's like, he wanted to work with me. I was like, "Bro, let's go. I'm ready right now. Let's go."
Crazy.
Yeah, he's one of my heroes, and yeah, man. So that was a
He's
a
gangster in real life, man. He don't play no games. Like as far as like people messing with him in the street and all that stuff. Russell Crowe is an individual that you do not mess with. He loves his family.
Yes.
Family is first.
Yes.
Hollywood is probably fourth or fifth.
Yeah.
So do not.
I think he owns a
cross him.
rugby team. He used to
Yeah.
play rugby. He's a big boy. I wouldn't mess with a gladiator. No way.
Speaking of Gladiator 2, we got Denzel Washington, man. That's gonna be like, they say that's like Oscar worthy. Like I don't know.
I can't wait to see it.
Gladiator 2, like Denzel Washington is like one of the main like dudes in there.
And he in the interviews he just says that he had fun and just let it go.
Yeah.
And so I can't wait to see it. And he's praising the other actors. He's the man. Denzel always delivers. So we're all gonna go see
You watch
it.
those movies he do when he's killing everybody? What's the that movie?
Equalizer?
Equalizer 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
But
I mean, Equalizers is out there, man.
You know what? Denzel is always dangerous. He could be 116 years old, and he'd still be like, "Stay away from this dude.
Hysterical.
He might take me out."
You know, I gotta ask you this before you disappear. Hip hop, man. Do you listen to Future? Do you listen to Lil Yachty? Do you listen to like Playboy Cardi? Do you listen to Drake? Like, who does Jeremy Piven listen to? Is it old school? But you know, a lot of young kids on the live want to know.
You know, there are certain guys that are like Kendrick Lamar that
Oh,
are
wow.
like undeniable.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like he's an original.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? Frank Ocean's got a great voice. I don't know
Wow.
if that's technically.
Okay. I would not
I don't know
expect
where he would. I think he's more R&B. I
What?
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
No, I grew up in Chicago, so I grew up, listening to Biggie and all that stuff. And Chicago is where, like,
Gangsta over there.
house music started.
Yeah, that's right.
Frankie Knuckles and all that stuff.
Original house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's funny because I grew up, I was the only white boy on my football team. And so I grew up listening to hip hop, and I wasn't like trying to co-op someone else's culture. I grew up listening to it, and I tell this joke, I don't know if you saw it, where like for my bar mitzvah, my rabbi said, "You're terrible." And I said, "I know." He goes, "You're the worst bar mitzvah boy ever." I go, "I know." He goes, "I heard that you can rap. I heard that you can freestyle." I go, "I
find
can't.
out.
I can."
Oh,
and
can you?
he goes, "Why don't you?
We need to
Why
see
don't
it."
you rap your Haftorah portion.
Can you do that?
And I said, you want me to rap my bar mitzvah? He goes, yeah. I go, is that legal in Judaism? And he goes, anything is better than what you're doing right now. So for my bar mitzvah, I got up there and I tilted my yarmulke to the side.
Yeah, you got to give it a...
And I hit the beatbox.
Yeah.
Rabatan Nivarei Yehi Shem Adonai Me'arach Me'atavi Adolam Barhu Et Adonai till the sweat runs off my balls.
Oh, you caught me. I got caught.
Good.
Pause. We're out of here. Jeremy PIVEN.
Yeah.
The performance.
Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
Let's go to West Nyack. I'll see you at Levity Live, kids.
Shout out to the new Houdini /Dro collab. It's the best new weed strain out there.